The modern man walking a tightrope. Being a man in 2024 is a trip. It's a journey filled with contradictions and expectations that can be overwhelming. We're told to be strong but sensitive, successful but humble. We need to be tough yet tender. A paradox that can be hard to navigate. We're supposed to be providers, protectors, and emotionally available all at the same time. The pressure to fulfill these roles can be immense. It's a lot to handle. Balancing work, family, and personal well-being feels like an impossible task. We see these conflicting expectations everywhere. They're in the media we consume, the conversations we have, and the silent judgments we feel. Movies, social media, even our families, all pushing different versions of what being a man means. It's a constant barrage of mixed messages. It's like trying to hit a moving target while walking on a tightrope. The ground beneath us is always shifting. One wrong step and you're the bad guy. The fear of failure and judgment looms large. The truth is, there's no one right way to be a man. Each of us has our own path to walk. We're all different, with unique strengths and weaknesses, and that's okay. Embracing our individuality is key, but somewhere along the line, we forgot that. We started to believe in a narrow, one-size-fits-all definition of masculinity. We bought into this narrow definition of masculinity, and it's hurting us. It's time to challenge these outdated notions. We need to have an honest conversation about what it means to be a man in the 21st century. It's a dialogue that needs to happen. We need to ditch the outdated stereotypes and make room for vulnerability, empathy, and open communication. These qualities are strengths, not weaknesses. It's time to redefine manhood on our own terms. Let's create a new narrative that celebrates diversity and authenticity. Pressure cooker expectations and stereotypes. From the moment we're boys, we're told to man up and suppress our emotions, crying, weakness, fear, unmanly. This pressure cooker of societal expectations can be brutal. We're expected to be the breadwinners, even as the cost of living skyrockets. We're supposed to be stoic and strong, shouldering burdens without complaint, and heaven forbid we show any weakness or vulnerability. These stereotypes are everywhere, and they're damaging. They force men into boxes that don't fit, stifling our emotional growth and preventing us from seeking help when we need it most. The reality is, men have feelings too. We experience sadness, anxiety, and fear just like everyone else. It's time to dismantle these harmful stereotypes and allow men to embrace their full emotional range. The silent struggle men and mental health. It's a topic that often goes unspoken, yet it affects millions of men around the world. Here's a scary statistic. Men are 3 times more likely to die by suicide than women. This alarming fact highlights the urgent need to address men's mental health issues. That's not a coincidence. It's a direct result of the stigma surrounding men's mental health. Society often expects men to be stoic and unemotional, which can be incredibly damaging. We're taught to bottle up our emotions, to tough it out, and be a man. From a young age, boys are conditioned to hide their feelings, leading to a lifetime of emotional suppression. But suppressing our feelings doesn't make them go away. Instead, it can lead to a buildup of stress, anxiety, and depression. It just makes them fester and grow, often with devastating consequences. Unaddressed mental health issues can lead to destructive behaviors and even tragic outcomes. Men need to know that it's okay to not be okay. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a step towards healing. It's okay to ask for help. Reaching out to a friend, family member, or professional can make a world of difference. It's okay to admit when we're struggling. Acknowledging our struggles is the first step towards overcoming them. We need to create safe spaces for men to open up without judgment or shame. Support groups and open conversations can provide the necessary outlet for emotional expression. We need to encourage open conversations about mental health, both with our friends and families. Talking about our feelings should be normalized and encouraged. We need to break down the walls of stigma and let men know that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Together, we can create a more supportive and understanding environment for everyone. The economic squeeze. Providing in the 21st century. The economic landscape is changing rapidly, and for many men, it's a source of immense stress. The pressure to meet financial obligations is more intense than ever. Traditional notions of masculinity often center around being the primary breadwinner, but the reality is far more complex. The expectations placed on men can be overwhelming. The rising cost of living, coupled with stagnant wages and job insecurity, has placed enormous pressure on men to provide. Every day, they face the challenge of stretching their income to cover basic needs. Many are working longer hours, taking on multiple jobs, and falling deeper into debt just to make ends meet. The struggle to balance work and personal life is a constant battle. This pressure to provide can be absolutely crushing. The weight of financial responsibility can feel like an insurmountable burden. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. The mental and physical toll is significant and often goes unnoticed. We need to start having honest conversations about the economic realities facing men today. Open dialogue can help reduce the stigma and provide much-needed support. We need to challenge traditional gender roles and recognize the value of shared responsibility in relationships. Both partners contributing can alleviate some of the pressure. We need to support policies that promote economic equality and create opportunities for everyone to thrive. By advocating for change, we can build a more equitable future for all.